So I had someone in the comments ask me if I could just do simple text designs. So in this video, I'm going to share with you over 10 simple text designs. I'm going to do it all in Canva, all with free fonts. So if you're ever wondering what you can do with text, what kind of designs you can come up with, this video is for you. Let's go. Hey everyone, it's Juno with Detour Shirts. In this video, we're going to talk about text designs, all text, no graphics, just straight text, all in Canva. So for those of you who are just starting out, wanting to do text designs or don't know how to design, this video is going to be great for you. There's a few caveats though. So text designs aren't like the best sellers. They're typically not the best sellers. They do sell, but don't be surprised if you don't get a lot of sales, because the ones that make a lot of sales for me are either graphics or graphics with text, so graphics. But these are very good to have in your portfolio. Even I have a lot of these on there just to fill my slots and make sure that I fill all the spaces. And secondly, usually just text designs, the way to stand out with that is either color or, more importantly, the right phrase. So they're usually very funny, very trendy phrases. So I'm not going to show you what trends or phrases to use on these. They're going to be super generic. In fact, they're going to say ABC and word this and word that. I want you to do the research on what words to use, what kinds of funny things to do on there. So that's going to be your job. I'm just going to show you layout and how to lay out the fonts if you have longer text, if you have shorter phrases and things like that. So that's all this is going to be. I'm not going to share you the top 10 trends because that can change, or jokes or things like that. So use this as a design element and not just a copy and paste. So let's get into Canva right now and I'll show you exactly how to lay out some of these things just with fonts. All right, so here I am on Canva. I've already got a few artboards, so I'm going to show you what font I use and kind of the layout. So this one right here, of course, don't copy it. You can see I'm using ABC, the word champion. It doesn't make any sense, right? So this is not a trending phrase or anything, just layout. So what font I'm using is Zoomy Rough Bold. You can see right here, Zoomy Rough Bold. And the reason I like this is because it's a condensed font, it's a sans serif font, it's thick, it's easy to read, and you just have 3 lines here. So whatever your phrase is, if it fits in these 3 lines, you can use that, right? So you can have 1 or 2 words up here, 1 or 2 words up here, and maybe a longer word here, or 1 or 2 smaller words here. So that's kind of what this is using. And you'll see a lot of these here with just straight text, just 3 lines. Real easy if you go on Merch by Amazon or Redbubble or wherever. Text designs can be as simple as this. This is one of the simplest ways to lay it out. Just make sure you have a really good font that's easy to read, big and bold. I like Veneer, but this is the closest I can find to Veneer here on Canva, and it's free. Zoomy Rough Bold, all right? So very simple. You can do this any way you want, and you can color these too, but I'm gonna show you white first, and then I'm gonna show you some color ones later. All right, next one, you can kind of switch it up. So to give it variety, maybe do a big one on the top, same font, Zoomy Rough Bold, right? A big font at the top and a little one. So this works for like a big phrase and then some funny thing below it. You'll see this also on Amazon, and this works really well because you get the big message at top, people see it, and then on the bottom is they have to look a little deeper and then they read it and it's a funny sentence, and it works really well. So if you have a phrase like this where there's some funny things at the end, kind of the punchline, this is perfect for that. So think of your funny phrase and you can work it into here. Same thing, just make this one smaller. You can see this one's at 428 and this one's at 1439 or something like that. So just make it fit the screen. You can see they're left aligned as well as right. So it's just gonna, you just have to make it sure that it makes it right to the edge, right there. All right. Okay, so very simple. Again, same thing, but this time size. You're using size to make it different, to make it stand out. All right, using size again, we can take that same thing and make it a quote. So if you have a quote like this, you can just say, you know, whatever the quote is, anonymous, that guy, she said, or whatever it is. You can do that. It'd be good for, I've seen this for like teachers when they're going out on summer, like we out teachers or something like that, right? Or whatever it is. Some phrase, you can do that. This is the quote version. Now I'm using the same font here, Zoomy, but this one I'm using Breeze Swift. It can be whatever font. I like to use a serif font because this is a sans serif font to kind of give it contrast, right? This could even be italic. So if you wanted, if it had italic, you could do that to give it some interest. Very simple take on what we just did here, just adding it like a quote. Okay. Next one, now that we know Zoomy works, if you have an even longer phrase, you can do things like this, where it breaks it up. So you break up the sentence to something that stands out, maybe some bigger words, and then another funny sentence below. So you can do these for even longer phrases. Same font, Zoomy, right? It's a condensed font again, and it works really well. So if your longer phrase fits like this, then you can use that. So again, we're still keeping it centered. Everything is centered aligned except for that one. But you can see this is centered aligned, that's centered aligned, just keeping it here, alignment, right? All right, oh, I passed it. So the next one here is, now we can change the font. So still centered align, but this is Special Elite. So this is kind of a typewriter font. And you can see, use that font right here. You could just type in typewriter as well. There's lots of typewriter fonts on Canva. I like this one. It still has like that distress feature, and you can write in your thing here. I think fonts go a long way, right? This is big and bold font. So that, and then this one is the typewriter, so you can kind of get a different feeling for this one. And I've seen these a lot too, as well as on stickers. So this font works good for stickers, text stickers, but on t-shirts works really well too. So just has that old look, typewriter feel, gives a different feel, right? You can do the same kinds of things here, just with the typewriter font. Just changing the font will give it a different feel. But you can see I started with the 3 like we did at the top. Okay, speaking of fonts, you can change the fonts again to something more for gaming. So this is this font here is Super Dario instead of Super Mario, but you can see I'm using that font for the whole thing, and this one could be a gamer phrase. Now, so this font in contrast wouldn't be for gamers. This one would be for maybe readers or people who love books or the library, or like that. That's the kind of feel this gives. This one gives more for gamers, right? That pixel old 80s style. So if you have a gamer phrase, you can use just these texts. Again, match the font to the style that you're trying to get, the audience that you're trying to get. So this one you're definitely selling to the audience who loves games, who loves vintage 80s games more particularly, right? All right. Now this style here, you might have seen this. I call this the thank you bag style. You might have seen that, where there's just one word here. Let's move this. This one is the solid one. I'm using Archivo Black, right? And I'm just doing the solid version first on white. And the way I'm using this one is I'm just taking that same one and giving it an effect. So you can see I'm using the hollow effect in Canva, and that's all these are. So these are just 3 on top, 3 on bottom, and this one in the middle doesn't have that effect, right? Very easy. We're just stacking it, tall rectangle again, and you can use whatever words you want. This can also be done in red on a white t-shirt. I've seen that before, but on a black t-shirt, I would use white. Or you can also use like rainbow colors, I think would do really cool here too. So think about coloring this as well, but this I think can work really good on a t-shirt. Again, just text with a little bit of effects, but no graphics, right? This is kind of the way to lay it out. All right, let's use some text with color now. So this one is the very retro font here. It's called Monotone, or Monotone. I guess there's no E, so it's Monotone. And then I'm just using that, repeating it, but then throwing in the different colors. So here are the colors, you know, can use kind of a reddish orange and more reddish yellow, or orange yellow. And then this one right here, I guess that's kind of more of a beigey, I don't know, what is it? Yeah, like a light, very light orange. And then this one, we're gonna do like more of a teal. Let's see, right there. So, hey, I'll do these colors so you can see it. You can copy my colors if you want. So there's that color. Use that one right there. This one, if you want to copy my colors, that one right there. This one has that color right there. And this one has this color right there. Okay. And these are great colors. I've seen them all the time. The very vintage color going from like red, orange, you know, lighter, and then the blues I think do really well. So very easy. You can use any word you want. Now retro, again, don't copy these phrases. It's not going to sell if it says retro, retro, retro. Come up with your own phrase. You can use this and scale this. It could be different funny things, but typically it's something short. So don't do anything too long. I think 5 letters, 6 letters maybe the max, so anything in that range would work really well. All right, now we're talking different alignment. Everything else was center aligned, but this one now is left aligned. You can see right here, alignment is left. And all we're doing is taking the same kind of fonts. This could have worked with the distress font, but I wanted to show you one that doesn't have distress. This is called Anton. It's a thick, easy to read font, condensed again, but you can see just really easy right here. If you have a phrase that has this many words or around this many words, I think it would work really well. Again, has to be a either funny phrase or a trending phrase or something that people want to buy because of the phrase, not necessarily the layout, right? But very easy layout here. Can just do thick, all caps, left align. Now here's the same thing with the other font, the Zoomy Rough, and then I colored it. Same colors. I think I used a little darker red here. So let me show you this color, that dark red, and then all the other colors I use for the retro one. If you have 5 lines, then you can do, you know, make it a little darker. If I had 6 lines, I'd probably make this one a little darker. So there you go, very easy, same thing, left align. And if you need to move the text a little closer, you can see I did the line spacing. I think originally it was like this. So come up here with the line spacing and bring it right up there so it fits, right? And so that's how you do it here on Canva. All right, just a few more here. Same thing that we did on top, but I'm using color for every other letter now. Same colors that I used. And we can use color to help your text design stand out. Now, we're not doing any graphics, but the color and the phrase together will make it stand out, right? So remember, you have a funny phrase here said by whoever, and then some color. I think that will help your design sell. Let's see. Oh, and lastly, I wanted to show you, you can mix it up. So here I'm just mixing up a script font with a sans serif font, and you can do any 2 fonts together, but I'm kind of putting it every other one, right? So you can see here, this font here is regular brush, and this font here is fantastic. And again, I could color this too, but you can see just having the fonts be different fonts every other font, this gives it some interest as well. And on top of that, you have to put in a funny phrase or a trending phrase or something like that. So there you go. Those are all of them. So you can see those are 12 examples right here. I'll go scroll back up so you can see it. They're all here. Hopefully I can share this with you guys too. If I figure out how to share this, I'll put that in the link. You can use this, use the fonts. I shared with you the fonts, but it's going to be your job to come up with the right phrase that people will want to buy. So there you go. There's a bunch of text designs right there that you can use. Again, you can scale these, right? So if you come up with a phrase or like that retro one, if you just did different states or different things on there, you could use this same style for a lot of different things. So this can really help you add a lot more designs to your print-on-demand sites if you need that, but it can also be really simple to get you started. Now, again, like I said, these typically don't sell as well as some of the other ones, but I think it's really nice to just to have create designs really quickly if you need something to upload you haven't uploaded in a while. So let me know if you really like this kind of content. And I also have a Canva playlist, so you can check this one out right here. If you're new to Canva or want to learn more things about Canva, I have lots of videos on Canva on there. So thanks again for watching, and as always guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.